It took us less than 15 minutes.
The beauty of the 1-year coating. This VW Tiguan looks good already. We're about to make it look even better.
Hi, I'm Ivan.
I'm Nick.
This is DIY Detail. We're gonna do a wash, a decontamination, and apply our 1-year coating. It already has a coating on it. The customer was saying that it's been 3 years since the coating was put on. It's starting to fade a little bit. We will fix that for him.
Love putting on the 1-year coating, Ivan. It's so easy, the results are great. We're gonna show you how to prep for it, and you don't have to be a professional detailer to do this, so it's so simple to do.
Right. First thing we're gonna do is get some rinseless wash on the surface because we wanna start emulsifying the dust that's all over the vehicle, breaking it down, and separating it from the paint. I have rinseless wash diluted 256:1 in this little sprayer here. And Nick, if you want to put a bit of all clean on the wheels and tires, that would be great.
Rinseless wash doesn't mean no hose, does it, Ivan?
No, it's rinse less. It's not no rinsing. People confuse waterless with rinseless. And waterless is something that you spray and wipe. Rinseless, you put it on the surface and you're rinsing less. If you're doing a basic wash, there's no need to rinse at the end. One thing that's important too, I don't need to flub the surface. I'm not rinsing with this. I'm putting it on the surface, letting it do its job.
There's one thing Ivan loves, and that's multiple spoke wheels. Ivan, these are especially ornate today.
Yes, I have one vehicle with 3 spoke wheels. I have one vehicle, actually 2 vehicles with 5 spoke wheels. And I have 2 vehicles with no spoke wheels. Gives you an idea how much I like multiple spokes. And speaking of wheels, a lot of people are stressed out about gloss black wheels. We treat every wheel the same way. That means we do it in a safe fashion. This is clear coat. You don't do anything to your wheel that you wouldn't do to your paint. And we start by applying the all clean with a bit of Incredible Suds mixed in. The dilution ratio is simple. We use 120 ounces of water, 8 ounces of all clean, and half an ounce of Incredible Suds to get this. Then we're gonna rinse this off. Now we've taken the grit away from the wheel and we just have the traffic film to deal with.
Foam rinse foam, chemical rinse chemical. We get the solution on, then we rinse it away. It's to remove the grit, Ivan.
Exactly. The whole point of this on the wheels and on the paint is to not induce scratching. And if you were to take the pressure washer straight to the surface with dust on it, you risk scratching it because you've got 1,000 PSI hitting that paint, and before the water can get underneath of the dirt, it's gonna scrape it along the surface. This is a much simpler, easier, and safer way of doing it.
So Ivan, we promised them a very easy, simple process without polishing before the 1 year, but we're gonna do something a little bit different here to break down what might still be on this paint.
Right, the owner told me he puts a sealant on it just about every time he washes. So we wanna break that sealant down. The sealant that he uses is not known to be a durable sealant, so the all clean is gonna help break that down.
So we're spraying this everywhere?
Yep, cover the car in all clean.
Glass, everything?
Everywhere.
All right.
Chemicals typically will not remove a sealant. They definitely won't remove a coating. But knowing what this product is, I know that All Clean is gonna start doing the job for us. It's gonna help us out, giving that 1-year coating a better chance of longevity. To remove something like Envy or Quick Beads, you will have to polish. This is closer to a wax than a sealant.
Dwell time is our friend here, isn't it, Ivan?
Yes, it is. So now we have the All Clean everywhere. We're gonna take the time that it dwells to clean the wheels and tires.
So All Clean can dwell. We wouldn't necessarily do this in direct sunlight, Ivan. How would you do it if you were in direct sunlight?
Same way, but maybe just half the car at a time. If it dries on the surface, it's actually not that big a deal, but you don't want to forcefully do that. It's just, if it dries, it's not a big deal. So I'm putting more rinseless wash on the wheels for lubrication, and then we can go in and clean the wheels. For gloss black wheels, this stresses a lot of people out. For the best safety, we have lubrication on there with the rinseless wash. If you're using Incredible Suds, that's great too. Then, we're going to do the wheel face and the tire. And the reason we're doing these first is very simple. In the barrels, that's where we probably have some grit hiding in there. And if we go in, do the barrels, and that grit comes out to the surface, then we brush, then you have a risk of scratching. So by doing it this way, it's a lot safer. And the wheel and body brush, the flag tip nylon bristles are softer than the clear coat on the wheels, so the bristles can't scratch. And we've rinsed, we've used a chemical beforehand, we have great lubrication. That rinsing, if there was any grit, is now gone. Now that I've gone around the face of the wheel, time for the barrels. I'm starting at the top, going in, flipping my brush 180 degrees, going into the second hole, dunk, drip, and keep going around. The owner of this vehicle does a great job maintaining it, so I'm not pulling much out of these barrels, but this is a safe way to do it, especially when you don't know the history of the vehicle. I started at the top, worked my way to the bottom, and now I'm going to start at the top again and go around the other side. So as we mentioned before, I'm a fan of 5 spokes at most. It's a little too much for me, but they look great on the car. The reason you're seeing sudsing is the last set of wheels we cleaned, we had incredible suds in the bucket, so there's still a little bit of incredible suds there. Not a big deal. They're compatible with each other. So Nick, after cleaning wheels like this, are you glad your Jeep only has 5 spokes?
These look cool, all right? These look cool, but they're also, as cool as they look, they're that hard to clean. Now, thankfully, the barrels are like pristine.
Yes.
Just proves that if you take care of your vehicle, it's easier to clean, it's fast, you just keep up on it, right? That's the big thing with detailing. The more often you do it, the easier it is for those subsequent cleanups.
Now, if you're a regular subscriber to the channel, you know we do all sorts of vehicles here. From SUVs to trucks to sports cars, you name it, we do it. What kind of vehicle would you like to see on the channel? What brands do you like? What size of vehicle? Which one attracts you?
Ivan, it's rinse o'clock.
Right, the all clean has had time to dwell, and in areas it's actually dried on the vehicle, not a concern. You said it was rinse o'clock, but it's also 1/2 squeegee. So now it's time for the contact wash, which means putting a little more rinseless on the surface. This provides a foundation for a wash to help break down and carry away that traffic film that's on here.
Boy, that green apple scent just kind of sends a signal, it's time to clean.
Yes, it is.
It's a very pleasant smell. If you haven't tried our rinseless wash, folks, it is just a bedrock product in our lineup. You can use it for interior detailing, for window cleaning, as our pad washing solution when you're polishing paint, and of course, for the contact wash, Ivan. What else can you use rinseless wash for?
There's many, many uses of rinseless wash. We actually have a podcast on that you can find down below.
Okay, rinseless wash technique, Ivan. We have 2 sides of this legacy wash sponge. What is this sponge? How does it work? And why should I use it?
Well, first of all, the reason for the 2 colors, just for tracking, to know which side you've worked with. The reason you want to use a sponge is the sponge does a much better job with rinseless wash than any other wash media, because the way it works, we squeeze it out just on the verge of dripping. Then we're lifting the rinseless wash solution and that traffic film into the sponge. When we're lifting it into the sponge, then as soon as we go back to the bucket and flood it, it releases it because of that flooding. You can see what our pre-wash did. I'm getting nothing off this car. But no matter how good your pre-wash steps are, you still need to do a contact wash. Now, you can easily see where I've been with the rinseless wash sponge and where I haven't. So where we haven't, we have this beading. Where we have been, we see these lines. And you can tell I missed a little triangle right there. And one right here. Now the reason for opening the door is to get closer to the center without leaning up against the car.
Yeah, you don't think it's gonna do much, but it actually, for whatever, it makes a big difference.
Yes. Doors are thicker than people think.
This way you don't have to step on the rocker panel. We're not getting wet and, rinseless wash soaked feet in someone's car, right? We're doing this safely. We're not making a mess. We're just doing it the right way. We're teaching you how to do it the right way. And then you can break the rules if you want at home. You can be dangerous, you can step on wheels, but know that we told you not to. There's ways to do this safely, Ivan, because I used to be a wheel stepper, a rocker panel stepper. I was rolling the dice, and not in a good way.
No.
Do you put a lot of pressure on this sponge? I mean, it feels like it wants a little bit of pressure to test how spongy it could be.
No pressure whatsoever.
None? But doesn't more pressure equal better results?
No.
Ivan said no to that. I'm gonna say yes to this. Subscribe to the channel. We're gonna continue to educate you on all things detailing. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for?
Nick, you forgot to tell them about the 2-for-1 sale on subscriptions. You can subscribe to our channel and go find another good content creator and subscribe to theirs. It's the same price. Now that we've washed it, we need to decontaminate because we're going to be putting a coating on. We don't want to lock that contamination in underneath the coating. So for that, we have a simple system, and that is our quad fold decontamination towel. It has 4 sides. It's easy to fold, hence the name quad fold. And our iron remover. 1 spray of iron remover on the towel, 1 on the panel. Match them up and off we go.
Hey Ivan, I've heard of a clay bar. What's this towel that we've got going on here?
So clay bar comprises abrasives. We don't want abrasives. We want to pull the contamination off the surface into the towel, and this vehicle doesn't feel contaminated at all. We're going through the motions just to be safe.
We go through the motions anyways and always, but especially if you're not gonna polish before coating, which you can get away with not polishing before our 1-year coating. That's about as far as I usually take it. You gotta do this decon steps right.
Yes.
So we don't skip our iron remover and towel ever. I guess, Ivan, you could skip this step.
If you want to not have your coating succeed, go for it. Now this is a very intricate front bumper. There's a lot going on here. Once you've used all 4 sides of your decontamination towel, soak it in your bucket. The flooding effect takes all the contaminants off of it and back to the car.
Do you use iron remover on the interior, Ivan?
No. Not everyone likes the smell of iron remover like you do, Nick.
Just smells like results to me. Rinseless wash, iron remover, you're getting a clean car, a shiny car. You're a detailer, you're on the way to making some money today. It's not the worst smell in the world.
No, but it's also not the best. I don't think anyone's made an iron remover fragrance perfume or cologne, Nick. This vehicle we've identified as a Volkswagen because it is a Volkswagen, but the owners debadged it. Do you know what model of Volkswagen this is?
Good question, Ivan. A question that people might have is this safe? And we have a couple of reasons why it is. The iron remover, our iron remover, is a lubricant as well as an effective method by which we decontaminate. We also have rinseless wash, which is its own lubricant as well. So a couple of layers of lubrication here. We always want to err on the side of lubrication. You do not want to introduce marring or scratching during this process. And when you do it the way that we teach, it's very safe and you won't do that. Ivan, how could they scratch or mar their paint if they wanted to during this step?
Apply pressure to the towel. Unfold the towel. That's another great way of causing marring. That way you don't have protection against having fingerprints and pressure points on the surface, but by keeping it folded, keeping your hand flat with no pressure, it's safe, it's easy, and we get great results. All decontaminated, Nick?
All decontaminated.
Next step, rinsing again. We're all rinsed, but we're not all decontaminated yet. Next step, water spot remover. And the reason we're applying water spot remover is to cleanse the surface of minerals. We want to remove the minerals that are on the surface. And no matter how you wash or dry your vehicle, you are going to get minerals accumulating on it. And when you get those minerals accumulating on it, they tend to mask or cloak any beading, and they mask and cloak the paint. So to brighten up your paint, this is a great way of doing it. It's an important step in decontamination. Now I'm not concentrating on getting it everywhere on the vehicle. We have towels to do that. Tell us about the towels, Nick.
We want these towels to be in your rinseless wash bucket or your Incredible Suds bucket, whatever you're using. You want to use a short nap towel, but really any towel will do. And you don't want them sopping wet, but you do want a little bit of lubrication from your wash solution. So I'm gonna go ahead and wring this out just about as much as I can. When you have it a little wetter, it's actually just more work for you. And after that, I'm just gonna hand this to Ivan so that he can do what he does. Ivan, that's for your side.
Yep.
And I've got my towel here that I'm gonna wring out. Now, Ivan, it's more work if you don't wring it out first, right?
A lot more work.
Is it gonna damage anything if you have a sopping wet towel when you're agitating in the water spot remover?
We're not trying to dilute the water spot remover, so that's one thing. Secondly, we want to make sure that it's as dry as possible. And we're spreading the water spot remover. We're not trying to remove it, we're agitating and we're spreading.
That paint feels really smooth after that wash and decon process, Ivan.
Definitely, yeah.
Also, well-maintained vehicle, newer paint. I mean, it's like we work on 30, 40-year-old cars sometimes that are totally thrashed and oxidized. So every paint feels a little different. What should they expect to feel during this process? I mean, it's so hard to know what vehicle they're gonna be doing this on.
If you've done all the previous steps correctly, you'll just feel nice, smooth paint.
Yep.
Now we're always using one side of the towel. We're not flipping it. That's very important. Again, we're not trying to remove the water spot remover from the surface. We're trying to agitate it and spread it.
Is this overboard, Ivan? Do we really need the water spot remover step?
It's definitely not overboard. It's actually one of the most important decontamination steps that unfortunately a lot of people skip. Because those minerals, we don't see them, we don't feel them, but they're there.
So we're cleansing the paint of minerals, that's right? That's what we're doing?
Yes. So we're doing a deep cleanse here. And it's easy to tell where you've been and where you haven't been because of the towel streaks.
Leveraging lots of dwell time, leveraging agitation, leveraging the right chemistry here. Your customer may never know whether you applied water spot remover or not, but the question is, are you the person who does it the right way or who does it the shortcutty way, the easy way? Ivan, this is not hard, but it's not a step to skip. I mean, it's really important whether you're polishing or not. This is a decontamination step under the decontamination umbrella that you really want to do.
And one you definitely do not want to skip. We take decontamination very seriously here for a reason. It's the foundation of whatever protection you're putting on the vehicle. And if you're leaving contamination behind, you're locking that contamination in under your sealant, your coating, but you're also preventing your coating or sealant from bonding properly to the surface.
We had a customer reach out and say that he used water spot remover, but he applied it in with a dry towel instead of a damp towel. What would you tell that person?
They missed out on the fun of the lubrication of the damp towel, and since our towel is damp, it's not absorbing the water spot remover off the surface. A dry towel will absorb it off the surface. So basically he wiped it off the surface, not into the surface.
There you go. Okay, and this towel doesn't just go back in the wash bucket.
No, we have a bucket that we put it in. You don't want to put it in your wash bucket because the acid can break down some of our wash media. One final rinse before we dry. Bit of quick beads on the wheels is going to make them much, much easier to dry and easier to clean the next time. Nick, time to dry.
It's time to dry, and it's time to remind people how simple the one-year coating is. There's so many things that we could do, Ivan.
Yes.
After drying, we could polish, we could use adhesion promoter polish to prep, we could use panel prep. My favorite thing about this one-year coating is it feels low stakes, easy, do it as often as you want, don't stress about it, right?
Right, and It has very active bonding agents. So even if we haven't done the panel prep and it's not exactly perfect, it's gonna deep dive into this paint and hold on with all its might.
And of course we did the all clean as well, so we did do a lot of steps on the front end.
Yes.
We're just not whipping out a polisher, we're not whipping out a palm sander. You don't need panel prep, right? Those are the ways that we can get more gloss and more deep cleaning and possibly more adhesion. But again, I just want people out there to feel confident and feel no stress about this 1 year coating because it is such a blast to apply.
Yeah, and it's something that if you want to apply it every time you decontaminate your car, you can.
I mean, you really can, and you might want to do it like every few months when you do your decon.
Yeah.
You don't need a decon every week. I wouldn't put the 1 year coating on after every wash.
No, and actually, Nick, our viewers asked us for something that we're gonna fill that wish, and that is doing it multiple times. So our car has been coated for a year and a half, and we do a lot of mileage. And most of that mileage is behind a bus. So there's 60,000 miles on the car behind the bus, plus another 10,000 miles of driving in a year and a half. That gives you an idea of how much we get around. It has C6 Diamond on it right now, but stay tuned to the channel, subscribe if you haven't, and you'll see that how we prep it for the 1 year and how we maintain the 1 year. And we're gonna do multiple coats of the 1 year. So something to look forward to on DIY Detail. Since we're not gonna be doing polishing steps, et cetera, very important to make sure this is very, very dry. So after we're done drying with the towel, we will go around with a little blower and blow out all the cracks and crevices, get all the moisture off of the vehicle, because if you pick up a bit of moisture with your applicator, it's not gonna be as fun a day. When blowing off a vehicle, there's a lot of different ways of doing it. One is the bazooka method, in other words, that big leaf blower, which we probably will be using. But there's also a more targeted method, using a smaller blower, and there's a lot of them on the market, and blowing the liquid into your towel. That way, you're not spreading it all over the vehicle, you're capturing it with your towel.
Ivan, what are you doing without the drip catcher?
Well, I'm just getting the majority off of there, then it'll be the drip catcher. Now, Nick's got the big bazooka, as we like to call it, but that's great for the front grille, the wheels, etc. And I'm doing the more targeted stuff like the seals and the door handles and all that fun stuff. Nick, you seem ready to apply coating.
Ivan, I was born ready. This 1 year coating and I get along great. I love the towel method. I do 8 to 10 sprays after a nice shake. Tell me about the 1 year coating and how you're gonna apply it.
Well, I'm gonna apply it with the applicator, and like Nick, 8 to 10 drops, and I'm ready to go. Now, this coating, super easy to apply, whether you're doing the towel method or the applicator method. Everyone has their preferences. I prefer the applicator method, Nick prefers the towel.
Straight lines, crosshatch, you know, what should folks know?
Get it on the surface. So circles, cross-hatching, straight lines, towel, applicator, the coating really doesn't care.
It's almost like it self-levels, like I'm using the same towel here to kind of make sure I got it all in. There's not much to level. Ivan likes to level at the end.
Yep.
You could really do it however you want. I kind of like to, you know, in Bond technology, I kind of like to just level it right away and be done, which is not like me, Ivan. Usually I like to leave something on the surface, but I don't know, there's something so rewarding about getting it on and leveling and being done.
Definitely. You know, like I said, there's no wrong answer here and there's no right answer. It's however you prefer to do it.
What should they be looking for as they apply, Ivan?
Well, with the towel method, you're basically, like you're doing, Nick, applying it and wiping it off immediately. When we're using the applicator method, just go around, apply it to the whole vehicle, and then come back and level it. It's gonna almost self-level by itself, making your life a lot easier. So I box in a panel. And then fill it in with circular motions. You can see the darkening effect that it has, or the jetting effect. 3 drops to reload, and off I go again.
Ivan, why do you like that method versus the towel method?
It's the way I've always applied coatings. For A, B, you do get just a little better longevity this way.
Am I at risk of not applying this the right way? Like it's not evenly going on if I'm a little too sloppy with it?
There is a risk with any coating, Nick.
The thing is, I'm just not stressed out about that because the stakes feel lower to me with this 1 year, Ivan. But let's say you're applying this as a professional. You think you should apply it with the applicator?
Yes. Now, as a hobbyist, and you might be doing this, as a top up to an existing coating that's already there, then yeah, maybe, do it the way Nick is doing it. But if someone is paying you to do it, yeah, use the applicator. For a professional detailer, why would you even offer a 1 year? Well, it's a great top-up service, like I said, for an existing coating, and a lot of customers will like that. It's a good entry level or as a replacement for a sealant. It's almost as easy to apply as a sealant. It's not difficult, and your customer is going to get a much better result, and it's not expensive. You can do easily roughly about 10 cars with this bottle, meaning that for $7 or $8 investment, you've coated a car. And now your customer will know what a coating can do for them. So the next time, they'll want that slightly more expensive coating.
I'm just kind of playing around with applying it and not leveling it. And that seems even faster, Ivan. You just kind of, boom, get it on there and then just kind of do a final leveling step at the end.
Yeah, now we will have to level at the end, but.
You can do it however you want. And that's kind of a fun approach.
Yeah, it's a choose your own adventure coating.
So I do 2 sprays every new panel.
Yeah.
I started with 8 to 10. And you can see a lot of the kind of oil slick on water here. A lot of that is just gonna dissipate on its own. This thing is almost self-leveling. You do want to make sure it doesn't leave any high spots because it is a robust coating. It's not just a spray sealant, Ivan. This will leave high spots if you negligently just don't do a second wipe.
Yes. And speaking of second wipe, I've applied it everywhere. Actually, I'll do the windows while I'm at it.
Are you doing the roof?
The roof is done.
Oh my goodness, Ivan, you're so fast. Okay.
And why wouldn't you do the roof, Nick? Come on.
I always ignore the roof, and I don't mean to. All right. You do not have to be an experienced detailer to ceramic coat your car, and that's why I love the 1 year coating. How did you sneakily do the roof already?
On my way by. Now I'm done applying. Very simple. Next, I do the leveling. You definitely do need to level. Leveling is actually part of coating installation. Since I've let it sit this amount of time, my leveling is super easy. I have almost no leveling to do.
What are you seeing there on the paint?
Gloss, slickness, ease. So this coating with the TEOS is designed to do this, Nick.
What is that TEOS you speak of, Ivan?
Tetraethyl orthosilicate.
And what does TEOS do, Ivan?
So it is a very robust coating component that helps us to prevent water spotting. And we also have graphene in this formula for that. But it cross-links super strongly. And with that cross-linking, you have less chance of fracturing, which is what breaks down a coating over time. Plus, TEOS does not like contaminants, meaning that it's going to resist contamination and resist clogging much better than non-TEOS coatings. That's why we strive very much to incorporate this technology in our coatings. Now the 1 year, of course, has the least amount of solids, the least amount of TEOS. but it's also the most economical. Let me show you something. You can see this is what a high spot looks like. But that's what a high spot used to look like. So even though it's been about 10 minutes, it wipes off with ease. You have about half hour, 45 minutes to wipe the vehicle to get rid of the high spots. After that, they're a high spot like just any other coating high spot, which means you might need a little more work to remove them. So be careful of high spots, like with any coating, but just know that they're super easy to deal with. And as soon as that level 1 towel goes over the surface, boy, is it slick.
The thing is, if you're like me and you over apply it, these high spots can be a little tricky, Ivan.
You over applied a product, Nick?
No, what I'm saying is, okay, I go to town and I go willy-nilly on it, and some of these high spots, like, they're there, you know, and they don't always wipe off with the Freebird. So you do want to maybe put a little more on, spray, and then just level it right away. It's not hard, it's just, you might be pleasantly surprised at like, whoa, this is like a beefy coating. Like this doesn't just wipe away with the Freebird if you leave it too long or if you apply too much.
Yeah, correct.
So if you're like me, just know that you didn't do anything wrong necessarily, but there's a way to kind of fix that. That's to apply a little more right away and then level in.
So there we go, all applied, all leveled on my side. Nick is close, but no detail is done without the tire dressing.
Ivan, I thought I was gonna beat you.
Why is that, Nick?
I don't know, I thought I discovered the secret towel method that could beat Ivan's applicator.
The reason I prefer the applicator, the real reason, it's more efficient, it's a little faster. Now that I put my tire dressing on, I'm gonna go around just inspecting for possible high spots. I know all the high spot, hot spots, so around mirrors, around door handles, the corner of the windshield here. And we still have a bit of moisture on this vehicle, a few things that are dripping, so that can cause a streak in the coating, but it's easy to come back and just go over it. And boy, the towel just glides so easily here. Go around the edges of the windows, making sure you're getting all of that.
Oh, it's great. It's great. I'm just, you know, I just put too much product on and then I wondered, did I leave 7,000 high spots again? It's still my favorite coating to apply, Ivan. Because I don't have to use an applicator. And I love using the towel method. Because it's so intuitive, you know, anyone can apply a spray sealant. Only thing, you don't want to use this as a drying aid. This is not like that kind of product. You use it on dry, clean paint. It's so glossy.
The most challenging part of applying this coating was the front bumper, but took a bit of time, just getting in there, making sure the applicator got in everywhere. Nick got it everywhere with the towel, so the bumper is nicely protected as well. The whole car is protected. It took us less than 15 minutes.
The beauty of the 1 year coating. 1 year's great, it's an entry level, it's something you can use all the time. If you're ready to take it to the ultimate peak of ceramic coating technology, Ivan, 1 year is not that.
No, Hydrate is, and there's a video about it right here.